Wow, that was an amazing time of worship. I pray that you were as blessed by it as I was. Let me welcome you again to Maundy Thursday Worship Service. Maundy Thursday is a time of sorrowful reflection as well as contemplative celebration. The worship experience is designed to provide a picture of spiritual restoration through the bold declaration of pardon, forgiveness of sins, through prayer and reflection. The act of foot washing, which signifies humility and intimacy. The celebration of the Lord's Supper, embodying the mystery of Christ's enduring redemptive presence. Maundy Thursday provides the paradox of somber worship and a solemn celebration service. Jesus spent his life teaching us the meaning of love through word and deed. Jesus showed us how to love God and how to love one another. He fed the hungry. He healed the sick. He invited women and children and tax collectors and even sinners to come to his table. He broke bread with the least of these and the lost and shared the cup of redemption with them and with us all. He crossed boundaries of race, nationality, ethnicity, gender, and class. He challenged religious authority and he scoffed at those who had self-absorbed grandeur. He called out the hypocrites. He admonished the scribes and the Pharisees for their hardened hearts. He brought a simple message: love God, love yourself, and love one another. We gather in the name of Jesus and remember the way that he showed us. We gather to remember not his death only, but his life. The way of Jesus goes through the cross, but we are not there yet. It is close. Maundy Thursday reminds us that the cross is imminent. We can see its shadow. We can feel the cold, dark night. We know that the enemies of God are conspiring. They have had enough of him. He threatens their comfort. He threatens their way of life. He threatens their power. They will come for him. First, though, we remember the gathering. We remember Jesus gathering with his closest friends, the disciples. We gather as he gathered with those who called him teacher, rabbi, friend. We gather not for the Passover meal as they did, but we gather in celebration of our fellowship to remember the Passover when God saved the people from slavery. God saved once. God saves forever. God saved the Israelites at the Passover and revealed that it was God who reigns, not the Pharaoh. Our God saved once. God saves forever. Even as they were sharing this sacred meal together, the disciples were not of one heart. Jesus knew that he was asking much from these men, and he knew that they would fail him. Judas had already agreed to betray Jesus to the religious authorities. Was he angry at some slight? Was he disappointed that Jesus would not raise an army against the Romans? Was he upset with the value of the oil that the woman had wasted when he anointed Jesus' feet? We will never know Judas's heart, but Jesus knew that he would be betrayed. And what did Jesus do with the man that would betray him? He broke bread with him. All of the disciples were deeply saddened, and they asked, "I would never betray you, Lord. It is not me, is it?" On the night in which Jesus was betrayed by his friend, he took bread, gave thanks to God, broke the bread, and gave it to his disciples and said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." When the supper was over, he took the cup and gave thanks to God and gave it to his disciples and said, "Drink from this, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, which is poured out for you and for many for the forgiveness of sins. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." And so, in remembrance of these mighty acts in Jesus Christ, we offer ourselves in praise and thanksgiving as a holy and living sacrifice in union with Christ's offering for us as we proclaim the mystery of faith. This is why we are here tonight, to remember in totality and not in part. In a few moments, we will hear